GSL Season 2, Codex Renaissance.
All right, we've got a TVZ coming up. That means we're either going to have, well, we still actually could have 2 races. If Dark wins, excuse me, we will still have, there will be no Terrans in the round of 8. So we all have to root for INnoVation. Those are the rules.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. It wouldn't be bad to have both of them in there, to be honest.
I'm sure that Dark's parents are watching and they're not happy. What do you want me to say? Okay? We need to get a Terran into the round of 8. Okay?
Maybe Dark's parents are Terrans.
Maybe they are.
He seems to be a human, right? So they would
Seems
technically.
to be. He's a changeling. He's a changeling, Artosis.
That's why he doesn't want anyone to pat him on the back so
Yeah, I know.
he'll die instantly.
Got 1 HP. All right, guys. We're going into Turbo Cruise 84, in case you just weren't sure which number Turbo Cruise it is.
I'm hoping to, you know, we finally saw kind of a regular game in that last one. Hoping for another one, Taste. So it's not just proxy racks.
I want to see more of how the bubbles kind of change the dynamic of the matchup. Our TVZ is ready. This is game 1, INnoVation versus Dark.
시작됩니다.
Reciprocity, INnoVation. Gosu Crew, Dark.
Yeah, this could be a very cool game if we see it like just kind of a regular macro game. I really would like to see what that looks like.
All right, INnoVation. I agree. Sorry, Dark. We need a Terran. We need Terran to move on.
Why, he's just going to lose in the round of 8. Tasteless.
You got to believe, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming down, guys. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Nice big audience this morning.
Yeah.
Or this afternoon, or whenever we are.
Yeah, we're gonna cave over here. I have no idea what time it is. I constantly close the show up being like, all right, guys, have a good night. It's like 4 p.m.
It works for some people. Look at what a close record they have. 15-15 since Legacy of the Void. That's as even as you can get.
Yeah, it's true. INnoVation going to expand down here at the bottom of his ramp. Will we see Dark do anything like a little Nidus play or something like that?
I don't know.
He has been liking Nidus's a lot lately.
I could see like a tank-based Marine push being really strong around the green globes. So maybe you want to play it more aggressively. I could see Mutas being good on this map, but you can't run the links through the center parts easily. So the Marines would be super safe in those areas.
It seems like the way this map is structured with the bubbles, it would be better for a player defending. Actually, no. What am I saying? Because INnoVation completely rolled stats as he was able to kind of reposition his army.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with ranged attacks, first off. Like, whatever has better range is going to be much more powerful in those zones. And, yeah, I think the aggression can be good. Like a strong push.
Here's what I want to see, Artosis, is just melee attackers fighting in the bubbles.
Oh,
Melee versus melee. Some Zealots versus Lings. See how awful that would look in those bubbles?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I want to give a couple of Reavers SCV attacks and make them go through there trying to get each other.
Yeah. Okay, the Reaper now going to come up here. Getting confirmation of that third base. Oh,
I
okay,
wonder what that feels like to go through there.
Yeah, I wonder if it makes your blood move slower. Everything is slowed down.
Like when the Reaper runs through there, it feels like me when I run.
The problem is we're going to find out that this gives you some kind of weird cancer. It's like, yeah, we should have been running through those bubbles. I mean, that did seem to slow down matter. I mean, what were we thinking?
Yeah.
You know?
Cloak on the way. Roachhorn coming up pretty quickly here from Dark. I wonder what he's going to do with that Roachhorn, Tasteless. I mean, it must be an attack,
Use
right?
it to make roaches.
Oh my god. Do you think? No.
That's my logical conclusion from that.
By hiding it behind his natural, he's trying to fake out. He's trying to fake out INnoVation.
There's 400 IQ play here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the roaches are coming down.
Is that going to make the creep spread slower?
Yes, I was about to ask that question. Let's see.
Answer's no.
Do you like my sound effect that I make for when you
Yeah, no,
slow
it's
down?
very good.
That's totally what
It's
it is.
also, if I ask you to do an Overlord a sound effect, that's what it is.
Yeah. It's one of my 3 sound effects that I have, Artosis.
Yeah. Better than mine, at least.
Well, you have your 36 unlockable laughs that I've been trying to get all the achievements
That's true, but
for.
I can't do them on command.
No, exactly.
Those are just natural. Oh wow, he didn't cancel either of those, did he? Look at these things try to get away. Look at that roach try to get away in the green.
Oh, and he dies a slow, burning death.
Rightfully so. So the roaches do less than nothing.
Well, we're getting to just see everything go through these bubbles.
Yeah. Who wants to go around?
Yeah.
Get that. Damage everything a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, are we going to get anything to spot that over there? Roaches are continuing to come down over here.
Bounce them back in.
Go, 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 go.
Wow, these roach attacks are like, with Banshees there, this is like the weakest thing I've ever seen my whole life for these roaches. These are so weak.
These are the most
tasteless.
ineffective roaches in all of StarCraft 2 games of all time.
That was... I don't even know what to say. Those roaches were so bad going through there. God. Okay, well, Dark's just getting 2 evolution chambers. I guess we're just going to move on. Pretend those roaches never happened.
Yeah.
Fortunately, his economy knows that they did happen.
And the third base for Terran's going to be taken over here. INnoVation continuing to set up. We'll be having a late game push here. There's no reason for INnoVation to try to attack out right now.
And this means that probably what we'll end up seeing from INnoVation is a very strong 2-2 timing push. Obviously, he can get some pressure on and remove some creep and things before then, but this is how INnoVation very oftentimes likes to play this matchup.
Look at that. Doc Adams cyber implants. Huh. That says it right back there.
Yeah, I see.
Banshee's got to go back there and get some cyber implants pretty quickly. He's already taking some damage.
If you could get 1 cyber implant, Tasteless, what would it be?
I don't know. What would you get, Artosis?
Wow, great answer,
Sorry,
Tasteless.
am I supposed to have a cyber implant eye or something?
I mean, you can.
I
It's up
could.
to you. What are you going to do with that eye? Like, how does it see differently?
I don't know. I can see people naked now. I don't know. What do you what do you want? I have no idea. What would your cyber implant be, Artosis?
Oh, Tasteless, I don't want to show you up too hard. My God. All right, a couple medevacs going towards the main base right now.
And there is no way that's drop is going to work.
Well, after this 4th, though.
Yeah. There's some banelings down here, though. He doesn't have quite a lot of surface area. Oh, my God, INnoVation's so good. He, like, shot down 3 Banes and got every single Marine out, basically.
Yeah. Interesting, he's gone with a Ravager Ling Bane at the moment. We used to see this strategy go into Ultras. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but with the Infestation pick coming, could be. Of course, he needs to get done whatever he's going to do before 2-2 is finished here by INnoVation.
Macro hatches getting thrown down here. Creep spread is not bad here for Dark. Does seem like there's a limit on how much further he can get it out, though. It's very hard to have your
can't
army
protect it beyond the green.
Yeah, no, you really can't get too much further over there.
It's very hard. Well, then he just like runs
Totally
the links there anyways, no problem.
Okay.
Oh, you see that little
Yeah,
mine as they try to retreat to the green? These green areas are great.
Yeah, INnoVation coming around to the side here. Going to get some more of these creep tumors and deny a new base. That drone actually fleeing over here to the upper right. It is going to be killed off.
He's kept his pressure on pretty well so far. Hive is coming up as well as 2-2. Yeah, he's going to go into Ultras, so that's cool.
Okay, it looks like this drop should be cleaned up over here. Ooh. Oh my God, barely keeps that alive. So crazy.
Yeah.
INnoVation getting very close to maxing out.
Yeah, his army is starting to look really, really scary.
We're going to need to see another base coming up here for Dark. And looks like he's finally going to be able to take this. Where does INnoVation want to push on this map? Does he push from the bottom because there's less creep?
I think you push the third.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? Because you don't even have to go through green there. But actually, again, the green could help him with this push in some ways, right? Zerglings and Banelings are going to have a harder time getting up to him. Yeah, but here he is going for the third base. It is so strong. His 2-2 is just about to finish as well.
He's getting a lot of Banelings here. Speed is done. They're rolling forward.
Oh, the Ravagers actually blocked them so heavily there. That was actually a bit of an issue.
Okay, more Lings coming forward here, getting fished through the mines. Looks like no more Widow Mines are over there. He's got to be careful because those Banelings were getting very close to connecting to those Marines right as they're about to get into the green.
And the Lingbane Ravager does end up holding off that push. Gets into the Adrenal. Don't see the Ultros Cavern as of yet. Would love to see that go up, though.
Okay, moving in here from the right side. We're going to see INnoVation try to wipe out this base. This has been a point of tension throughout this game here. And it looks like this should get denied, right? Oh, let's see. The Banelings are going to come down here. Very nice forking and splitting here by INnoVation. As Dark has to back up. He does not have enough assets, I don't think, to fully take this on. Meanwhile, another attack coming out here as reinforcements are inbound.
I need to pick that up and get out.
Oh my god, he's so good.
Yeah, very swift pickup right there. Actually breaks off the other medevacs right in front of the Ravagers. So might go harass with those for a bit. 3-3 started here for Dark, but he's not teching up at all. Okay, there's a Viper, and yeah, he's getting Adrenal, but like Lingbane, you're going to be able to hold on for a bit, but they don't really gain you value over time, you know?
Okay, we do have a drop coming now towards the main. There are some Lings coming up here. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to hold this off. Meanwhile, counterattack with some of these Lings down towards the bottom left.
Oh, the drop doing a pretty good job. The Queen's coming up to target down some of these medevacs as well, though.
Oh my gosh, this is actually doing a ton of damage here.
It's starting to, that's for sure. The Ling counterattack does a little bit thus far. Some Banelings rolling in as well.
I thought these Banelings, the ones that are attacking it over here, I thought they were going to be used to try to take out the attack, the center right, maybe hitting from a different angle, but instead they're going to try to kill some SCVs off, which is great.
Yeah,
14 kills is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, definitely gets a decent amount there. Dark's economy looking really strong still, although he does lose this hatchery, still has a healthy drone count.
He does have a hatchery in the upper left. So, I mean, he's still got enough bases that he's still viable in this game. Whoa! That was a lot of damage.
He gets rid of a lot of the mines there, but
yeah.
This army as it splits.
No, this is just maybe enough. Like he can keep coming forward here. I thought it was going to be a fairly even fight, but that last exchange went so well. INnoVation is just so good at splitting, and now we have another army pushing through the green here.
And nice bile to knock out that mine before it launches, but I mean, he's trying to morph these Banelings in real time while he's being attacked, having a very hard time with things. Vipers come out, use Parasitic Bomb. Yeah, that
INnoVation.
I'm kind of surprised how late his Ultros Cavern was, because if you just continually try to make Lingbane, you might have a few very good battles because they're such cheap units for their power. But every time you fight with Lingbane, you're basically using your entire army.
Yeah.
So it becomes very hard to keep up with someone who's making units that can be efficient against them over time. There's a lot more micro potential there for INnoVation. He's just going to grind down a situation like that.
Artosis.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a Terran go on to the round of 8? I think it's going to happen.
Probably not.
How dare you? Game number 2, New Repugnancy. I'm liking this song.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. This music plays as Terrans push out of their base.
Right, if INnoVation can do this, maybe he's going to be the Terran hero once again. You know, that had to be frustrating for him watching Maru win so many GSLs. He's like, I've won 4 GSLs, come on!
Game 2 is ready. INnoVation versus Dark. Let's go.
Reciprocity. INnoVation. Gosu Crew, Dark.
Right. That would be really cool, though, to get a Terran in the round of 8.
It's going to happen. INnoVation's the chosen one.
And it would be first place, so the winner of this place, Hero. Yeah, Hero.
Yeah, Hero. Now, what's Dark going to do? I mean, that was a pretty straight-up game. Granted, that map is a little bit weird. We saw a lot of kind of weirdness with players trying to attack into each other. Does Dark want to go to the macro route? Does he want to try to do instead some kind of a timing attack, some kind of a...
Yeah, I'm not.
An all-in? You know, INnoVation, one thing about him, guys, is, I mean, he gets... People joke about him being robotic. Well, I mean, look, he's very, very good at these kind of classic StarCraft 2 Terran macro games. He pushes out, he basically splits perfectly, and even if the first 5 or 6 pushes don't kill the Zerg, eventually, almost like it's a giant game of tug of war, INnoVation overcomes the opponent.
Yeah.
He just gets enough, and we saw that even in the last game. It wasn't clear that game was about to end until we saw that last fight. The Banelings basically got some of the Widow Mines, but INnoVation forked everything out perfectly, and then he was able to close in and dive and kill Dark off. I don't know if Dark can hold his own right now against INnoVation in one of these types of games. Maybe he can because this map's quite different. No bubbles.
I think they're a little bit different as far as players go. Like, for brute force macro power, I don't think anyone's above INnoVation. You know, he'll just make like as many units as can be made. He'll just keep up the entire time and always nail his production and hit his upgrades and all these things. Dark, like, maybe sometimes people could think of him as a macro Zerg because he sees a lot of late game, but he's a bit more strategic.
Yeah.
Right? He'll mix in more rushes, he'll mix in more oddball strategies. He's very good at staying alive and playing scrappy games for a very long time. But I think when it's just brute force versus brute force, you don't really want to play against INnoVation as Dark. I don't think that his stats are as high in that regard.
I agree. You know, one thing though about INnoVation is that when you watch him play, he does have not the most creative style. I mean, he is just very, very, I want to get my upgrades, let me get my third base up, here's where we're going to attack out, 2-2 is finishing, I'll attack in again. I think this is where Maru kind of outshined INnoVation. Maru had an entire year where he was proxying everybody. And then if he went into a macro game where he didn't proxy, he'd win there too. And it's like, whoa, you're kind of just like, you're onto something.
Yeah,
you know?
Certainly Maru's peak is at least in Terran vs. Zerg and Terran versus Protoss. I would say especially Terran versus Protoss. It seems to be much higher than INnoVation's peak at the moment.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, INnoVation did end up being Serial WESG and all that, but yeah, they're definitely not the same, those two, either.
Well, also, the way that INnoVation plays now is actually the way he was playing years ago, too. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much. Like, he's definitely mixed in more cheeses and stuff. Like, I think last year we saw a decent amount, and even the year before that, like, he has broken out of the robot mold a little bit, even though that kind of stays with him. People generally think about him and talk about him like that. But here we see he's just, I mean, this is pretty standard stuff. He's not doing anything too crazy, too out there. Dark even sees that it's not going to be a mech build.
Yeah, Dark continuing to drone up here.
Yeah, it's pretty standard stuff from INnoVation. This is something, part of the reason why he has such longevity as well. Like, maybe his style wasn't working as well during like the proxy meta or something. He didn't have the greatest year last year. You know, right now, like, for instance, BC rushes are all the craziness match. We don't see him do anything like that. But he's getting ready for 2-2 timing pushes, and he is damn good at those.
Yes, he is.
He is going to move out with a ridiculous force, so it's up to you as a Zerg player. Do you want to try to match him in that? Or are you going to try to hurt him in some way before he nails his timing? And, I mean, it can be a very difficult choice. Dark this game, though, I like where he's going, right? He didn't make any of the early roaches or anything. INnoVation generally plays very safe builds, so I'm glad he didn't. And he went for the Hydralisk Den very quickly.
Okay, one Liberator set up over here. The Queen not in a good position to try to fight this. See the Spore try to come over here. Does shimmy over there, and now the Liberator's going to be chased out. We have that Baneling's Nest coming down as well.
I love, by the way, where he put the Hydralistan. It's kind of hidden. It's off to the side where you're not going to see it from harassment. Or not off to the side, it's in the center.
Right.
So the odds of INnoVation seeing it quickly are less. What Dark probably wants to see here is a similar unit composition to what INnoVation made last game. You know, if you're playing Marine, Marauder, Mine, Lingbane Hydra is generally favored against that. We've seen Maru kill people with that still, but yeah, I think he wants to avoid playing against a siege tank base timing push.
INnoVation was so good with that Liberator, by the way.
Yeah, that was good. It's good stuff. It's 5 drones.
It's quite a bit. Now INnoVation's going to pick up with his first 2 medevacs coming across the map.
And the creep spread's looking very, very strong for Dark, and since he has Hydras out, it's going to be hard to sustain any sort of pushback on the creep. Like, you can try to boost in and do some harassment in the main as well. But
right.
Again, it's hard with the Hydras. If they gun down those medevacs, you've just had a loss.
Yeah, this is one of the older styles we've had here in StarCraft 2. He's actually going to go for the main, not try to get the creep trimmers on the outside.
2 queens waiting here for him. Obviously, they are not enough. Get pulled back, but it's buying some time.
Really good gunning down of these queens. 2 kills there. Great targeting on the Banes. He's so good. He's so good.
Yeah, quite good targeting.
INnoVation, sign my mouse pad, please.
So you see, as soon as the Hydras came up,
yeah.
INnoVation started a siege tank, and he has his second factory out to finish. So he is switching it up into a much better anti-Hydra tech.
Okay, once again, he's going to pick up. He does get out. Uh-oh, it's one Marine. Going to be salty about that, Artosis. Medevac is heading back now. And again, you can rinse and repeat. Now, this time around, by the way, the creep spread is much better. Dark is really beginning to envelop the map with enough creep that he can probably take several fights before he would end up getting toppled in a push.
A little bit of harassment here. Mike with almost no health left on it. 2-2 is on the way for both players.
Yep.
Of course, we see that infestation pit as well. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Dark rush up very, very quickly here into Vipers.
Whoa! Almost lost that medevac there. No push yet from Terran. I do like this unload, though. Yeah. Just trying to get a little bit of extra damage.
Well, we should see INnoVation move out exactly as he's hitting 2-2 with whatever siege tanks he's managed to accrue at that point. And as far as Dark goes, he needs to get his creep onto the high ground areas. That's really, really important.
Oh, I like this play. Oh my God, he actually gets that out of there. Are you kidding me? Wow. Just burns that fire over there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
It's a good creeps.
Oh no, you got Elmer Fudd voice for a second. The Queep spread.
Yeah. Good clearing there.
Queewing.
But he's going to instantly respread. I feel like INnoVation, when he pushes this, should go through the north part of the map.
Yeah.
Because if you can get over the 3rd, if you can clear the creep up to there and it's not that thick beyond the 3rd, you have that high ground to push down. Okay, he's actually going to go through the center, it looks like. Notice how his 2-2 is about to finish, his +1 weapons are about to finish. So he is definitely gathering up his units ready for this. This is his timing push.
Yeah. Dark is going to have to brace for impact. We have that push now coming out here. Again, we want to watch these Banelings, and can they get the good connections they need? I think INnoVation intelligently sieges up way off the creep because he's so hoping that there's going to be some kind of an attack in here. He's going to tear down these rocks, try to get easier access over to that location.
Well, we also see what Dark did during that, right? He's coming up and engaging and forcing sieges. That's the 2nd siege in that position he's forced. This is the type of move we need to see from stats on King's Cove against INnoVation that we did not see. He's slowing this push down a hell of a lot.
And
look at his 2-2.
Counterattack.
Yeah, his counterattack is big as well.
And I don't know if INnoVation's going to push any further forward here. Okay, tears down those depots.
I feel like he should just insta-run when he sees something like that. And INnoVation, I mean, he's pushing the creep back. I think he's being very slow about continuing this push.
Okay, more Banes coming forward. And we have a huge drop headed over here towards the main.
That's what he was up to. All right, this is a strong move from INnoVation, but can Dark react quickly enough? Oh my God, he's actually trying to jump on these siege tanks.
Really beautiful pickups there.
Ridiculously good targeting there.
I'm just worried there's too much over here in the main.
Looks like he's got it. Doesn't lose too many drones. And you know what? He pushed back the other part of the push. During all this, he finished his 2-2, which is kind of nice as well.
Yeah, INnoVation's still squished on 3 bases here.
Yeah, and now there's Viper tech available here for Dark. And with that Viper tech, you know, he can do things like Blinding Clouds or use Abduct to pull in valuable units, even Parasitic Bomb on the Medivacs. I think that Dark, this game, has played so beautifully against a somewhat predictable INnoVation. And the thing is, INnoVation's like kept up mechanically here, but Dark has done all these moves really, really well. And as he gets into Ultralisk tech, yeah, I'm liking this game for him right now.
Yeah, I think Dark is playing an excellent game here.
I think he can just like double expand, hold on to at least one of those bases. He's going to get his 3-3 Adrenal, Ultralisk tech. Good stuff.
Okay, we have the Lings, the Banes coming forward now. Another big pickup. I think actually Dark can come over here and actually eliminate this 4th base. There's some siege tanks over there, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, especially if you have enough Banelings, you can just crash all the Banes into the planetary.
You know, I think, like, yeah, you could train a bunch of Banes for that. I kind of like the idea of him keeping one of the base drive, right? He did double expand, one there and one at the bottom. This one gets knocked off. Okay, he's going to push it back, try to take it again. But if he can just survive right now to 3-3, even chitinous plating, get his Ultralisks out, how does INnoVation's army deal with Viper, Ling, Bane, Ultra with 3-3 and chitinous plating?
No, I
Creep
don't
spread
think
is
that
too
you
far
can.
out. It's super hard. He needs to get into other tech.
Nidus network being made. He might start to try to pop those over to the Terran side of the map as the attacks are coming in here from Terran, because INnoVation's actually maxing out. This is where he's going to start to push again.
Look at those parasitic bombs. Just love it. He really reduces health on a couple Medivacs, kills one of them off as well. Oh my god, this Ling counter right here, or blank rather, getting around the siege chains.
All the tanks! Unreal!
That was awesome. What a great move from Dark. But INnoVation does force this cancel once again.
Yeah, it's going to be harder and harder for Dark to get any additional bases up here. We see also Dark's taken the bottom center. That's another very pushable location. In fact, speaking of which, I think we're going to see that get killed right here. INnoVation may end up winning this game, not on a push that actually kills off the entire army, but just off denying these expansions over and over and over again.
Yeah, if he can kill this bottom base, that's the real crucial base for Dark right now. With more parasitic bombs coming out, he's just kind of whittling down this group of air units, which is so smart in so many ways, I want to point out, because look at this, right? He kills off all the Medivacs. You see that right now INnoVation is trying to switch into Liberators with range to help deal with the incoming Ultras that he knows are going to happen. But he's got to remake Medivacs too. Killing the Medivacs helps the Ultras.
Yeah, this is crazy. Another denial over there. By the way, is he actually mining that much from the bottom center base? From
Bottom
from
center?
6 o'clock?
Oh, from 6 o'clock. I don't think he has many drones there yet.
Okay.
I don't think so, but we haven't actually gotten a full pick of it.
Another attack in here. You got to be careful with these Ultras. Meanwhile, oh, those are changelings. Okay, I was like, oh my god, they're not attacking.
Trainers.
Well, let's see what's going to pop out of this Nidus, because there's a lot of Lings and Banes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I don't
that's
think
really
INnoVation,
annoying.
Yeah, he just didn't see this. He was too focused on trying to just get his pushes out here. We have another Nidus coming here as well.
Yeah, with all these Niduses popping up, Dark is really starting to macro behind it. He is maxing out. He's getting ready to attack the 4th base here. Oh, man, with the Vipers. Oh, he's definitely going to be able to take that down.
Another attack in here, and that's it. The planetary goes down. That's going to take that base out, at least for the time being. More units streaming through. There's already been 30 SCVs killed. Creep is now touching the centermost base that Terran has.
Yeah. This is looking worse and worse for INnoVation right now. He's continuing to make Liberators, and as that number goes up, the Ultras could get a bit weaker in these situations, but Dark is keeping him back. He's keeping that pressure on. Can he pick off another base?
Yeah, he's just going to keep putting down these Niduses and popping out in different locations, and I think we're going to see INnoVation eventually lose this game, I think.
Well, right now, Dark has the income to back this up. Over 90 workers, great upgrades as well. We have more parasitic bombs going down. I love his usage of parasitic bomb. Dark is such a brilliant player. You know, he might not win tournaments, but there's like a real reason everyone respects the hell out of him.
Oh yeah.
This play against INnoVation is just beautiful.
Well, he took a Terran that powered up, was pushing out all over the map, looking very scary, and actually kept counterattacking, dealing with each of the attacks from INnoVation in an excellent fashion, eventually pulling him all the way back to where he was on the defense, and now Dark has control of the entire map.
Oh my god, look at all those parasitic bombs as well, really just destroying this fleet. Oh my god, they're all so low right now. He's even starting to utilize Burrow. He's still throwing up Niduses all over the place.
Yeah, he's looking like the ultimate Zerg player here.
He really is. A beautiful, beautiful play. Now the Corruptors can actually go through and kill like the whole air armory, these three, because there's been so many parasitic bombs.
Okay, this is it. I mean, at this point in time, INnoVation has to do some damage here, or there's just no turning back. Dark has got INnoVation's bases basically in shambles back at home. All that INnoVation has is these siege tanks and these, well, he had those liberators, so they're going to get picked off as well.
Yeah, starting to abduct a few in right there. You know, he got all of them really low and then didn't kill them, so they actually helped out a lot. It helped INnoVation to kill off Dark's base there.
Even though this base does go down, keep in mind that Dark is actually maxed out. There's 5 more Ultras about to hatch out here.
Yeah, INnoVation needs to continue this assault. He cannot stop. If he ever pulls back, I feel like that might be the end of it. You know, he's actually starting to mine a comparable amount to Dark, especially after killing that base. So maybe there's still a chance here.
Okay, when Ultra goes down, INnoVation's getting further and further in here. It's kind of insane at what he's able to do with all this. There's a lot of Banelings being made, though. 15 are on the way. Looks like this hatchery might go down. Is INnoVation actually going to just pull through here? This is
I don't
crazy.
think so still. I think that Dark is still going to be able to kill him off, but INnoVation is putting up a ridiculous fight at the moment. He just needs to come in at the right angle, get the right surround. He hasn't quite killed the Liberators well enough, but now he has a good set of Corruptors. Yeah, seems like he should be able to finally clear out this army.
Okay,
but he lost 2 bases doing that.
Yeah, he did. Seems like things have slowed down on INnoVation's side of the map. The only thing that Dark has going for him now is supply.
Okay, yeah, you can see his income is really, really low. It's going to be hard to replace all that. INnoVation as well, though. The map's starting to dry up a little bit. Dark, though, having hatcheries all over the place. His creep spread is still really strong. He's got a very mobile force.
Oh, can't get up there. Yeah, he's going to be able to bash his way through here. Now, the only thing is, even though that attack earlier on was really impressive by INnoVation, does Dark have enough to actually just crush the Terran army?
He's got to be very careful. It's hard to attack in with Ultras sometimes.
Yeah. They're clunkier than I think people really appreciate. So he's hitting all these different areas.
Yeah, he's just kind of making it bleed everywhere. Oh, that's a beautiful way to finish off that planetary as well. Awesome move.
Bah. Okay, a scan over here. INnoVation staying in this game, continuing to fight back. Oh no!
Yeah, I think INnoVation is really on his last legs now. This is like his last little drop going on. He has a small push coming through the center, loses that command center. His SCV count is down to almost nothing.
Okay, Ling's spilling through now. I think we should see INnoVation tap out. I mean, this was a crazy game. With Dark, he fought back hard. Well, hold on, there's this crazy push coming here.
Yeah, I can't imagine that being enough, though. After this next group of Lings comes out, he's going to have enough to surround this army and pick it off.
Not only that, these medevacs don't even really have any energy in them.
Yeah. Even if they did, the Corruptors can take them down quite easily.
Sure.
So in come these Ultras, and that should be just about that.
GG. Dark wins. Uh-oh.
Really great game.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're keeping
1-1.
This might be it.
This might be it, guys.
If Dark wins this next game, INnoVation will have to play a Protoss for that last spot.
Guys, we got to get a human through. We got to get a Terran through. Come on. Come on, Dark. Don't ruin the show.
He wants to so bad.
He's trying to destroy esports.
He just wants to get his standard top 4 and get out of here.
Yeah.
INnoVation, though, I think he played well. Like, he transitioned immediately into the siege tanks. He started his push, but Dark slowed it really appropriately, kept his creep spread out very well. I think that all of his tech choices were really on point. I loved that game. Dark just played so well.
All right, we're going to go to King's Cove. That's my favorite kind of cove, Artosis.
Yeah, it's
Out of all the coves in the world.
I like Queen's Cove, personally.
You're more of a Queen's Cove guy, huh?
Yeah. It's not as crowded during tourist season. So, going into King's Cove, like, this is definitely a map where we can end up seeing Mech against Zerg. Will INnoVation bust that out now?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think he's going to play
He's
just
gonna
like
keep
he did
on the
in game.
2-2s?
Yeah, I think so. You know, the thing is like, I don't know. You know, the INnoVation, his strength is almost that you can know what he's going to do ahead of time, and you'll still lose to it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, so many other players, like let's say Patience, for instance, SOS. A lot of these guys, they rely on deception. They rely on surprises or mixing it up. INnoVation has kind of proven that you can also win by just sort of having the same play style over and over and over again.
Yeah. Well,
he wants to win with his mechanical strength.
It's both his strength and his weakness, but I feel like on King's Cove, yeah, you can get your 3 bases very easily. You can do your 2-2 timing push, but Dark would be able to defend 3 bases rather easily. He's going to be able to get his creep spread ridiculously large. He's going to be able to do a strategy like he did there once again with the Lingbane Hydra into the Ultra, getting the Vipers out there.
Isn't this map a little bit tighter? I mean, if we saw the INnoVation, it was actually such a great game in Game 2 because INnoVation kept taking bases out over and over and over again. But that map, you can spread out so far, it's too difficult for the Terran to win with this kind of whack-a-mole approach.
The bases are kind of far, and there are some small parts in the center of the map that are quite good for pushes. I don't deny that, but there's like high grounds on the sides of a lot of those as well.
So what you're saying is you want the Terran to lose.
What I'm saying is I want him to win. I think that battlecruiser builds obviously can be very strong here.
Oh, I think I'll be surprised if we see him do that. Maybe.
I would be as well, but I wouldn't be as surprised if he goes for a mech play here, which I think could be nice as well.
Looks like we're going to go into our game. It's loading up now. Dark versus INnoVation. The final match for these two continues on now. See? Yeah. Go humans!
Reciprocity. INnoVation.
All right, INnoVation. Let's do this.
Yes, please.
Gosu Crew. Dark.
Boo!
Well, Dark is playing very aggressively here.
Yeah. Well, this is not surprising from Dark. Quick gas, quick pull.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure what he's going to end up doing with this. There's a lot of different ways that you can try to play this. You know, run the Lings around and attack in when the Reaper's not there. Try to kill off the command center. There are some strategies where you just continually rally Lings in and try to bust them.
If you're just now tuning in, guys, I want to remind you what's at stake here. We have no Terrans in the round of 8 right now. INnoVation is the last hope. We have only one Zerg.
Yeah. So Dark would be the second to last hope for that.
That's right.
And this is the winner's match, so both of them definitely can still get out, but tied up 1-1. We're about to add a non-Protoss to that round of 8. It's an important moment.
Yep. We're either going to have only 2 races in GSL or 3. Barely 3. Lings are coming across the map now. As Ling speed is being upgraded, the second hatch going to be placed down here. And this might take INnoVation by surprise. Dark is known for occasionally doing crazy rushes, but this is looking to be set up pretty nicely here.
Well, we're going to see if he sends that the Reaper out.
Oh, yeah, that's
if he sends it out directly.
Okay.
Oh gosh, he's in trouble, Tasteless.
No!
He's in some. Yeah.
No!
The Marine is being built, so that's something. So I think you go up the ramp with like 3 to 4 of these. Oh no, he's just going to try to get the cancel right away. Okay. INnoVation making Marines instead of any sort of add-on.
Oh, SCV's coming out.
Okay, here comes the
Reaper could get pinned over here on the ramp.
Oh my god, the Speedling's getting on top of these Marines, killing off SCVs as well.
It's all up to this Reaper. who's jumping up into the main.
Yeah, he forces the cancel, and he's killed 7 SCVs.
Oh, he's going to go for this tech lab or reactor add-on.
Yeah, can't finish quickly enough.
Barely gets the wall in time.
Well, clutch eBay, but that was a lot of damage.
Worker count is even right now.
That's after a Zergling rush.
Yes.
Uh-oh. INnoVation, what do you do?
All right, so far the strategy here for Dark has worked out. The question now is, can he bring this to a closer? INnoVation has to dramatically shift gears here. And then a little bit here, INnoVation has to try to come down his ramp and reclaim his expansion. But you can see already Dark is back to making nothing but drones.
Yeah, time to drone up a bit here and get his economy filled out. You know, once they're up the ramp, up with that wall, making more lings is definitely the worst thing you could do.
Second command center. So behind this, he wants to double expand.
It makes sense. Kind of, you're already forced into a turtley game. There's no real attack timing that should appear. So you need the game to go longer if you're to win it. So I think it's a good choice here from INnoVation.
Now the Hellions, I think this is a good decision. It's only Lings that he's up against right now. Will he try to push out with some of those Hellions? Maybe pick a fight. Stim now starting, going into bio play here.
Well, that is, I guess, a little part of the balance that you want to strike here. Like, if you attack with the Hellions, you have to be careful, of course. If you lose them, you're in real trouble. But you do want to force more Lings. You know that the most likely path is that your opponent, someone of Dark's level, is going to be making drones right now, so you want to interrupt that if you can. But you got to remain safe as well.
2 Hellions now moving out. And the second base has finally been reclaimed here for INnoVation. No clear tech here for Dark just yet. Just making a few more Lings, continuing to spread his creep.
Look at that drone count right now. 37 against 26.
Only just now the Baneling's Nest will have been started.
Yeah, there's no attack coming in anytime soon from INnoVation, so definitely plenty of time on that. Third base is coming up. Of course, INnoVation already has his third command center. Trying to refill that SCV count, get those mules down, get himself into a reasonable position.
So, moving on here. INnoVation gonna, again, guys, try to go for the double expand here. Power up. He's gonna try to get back to where, you know, we're used to seeing INnoVation play his games, which is really winning with push after push after push, occasional drops here and there. INnoVation's someone who likes to out-muscle his opponents. You know, sometimes the best players in the world are just gonna win on sheer mechanics alone, not always on mind games.
Most oftentimes, big tournaments are won by macro players.
Yeah,
and
usually the best players in the world are the macro gods who know exactly when to throw cheese in.
Yeah, it's very true, and especially after a game has been out for a while, so that it's actually figured out a bit. You can't really look at the early years of any game because no one knows what the hell they're doing. But once it starts getting figured out, it's players like INnoVation that do take over. And obviously, he's been one of the best Terrans in the world just about forever now. It's a crazy long amount of time. Hey, did he truly miss the third command center coming down?
I think there was actually like a weird blind spot. He didn't.
How funny is that?
He might assume it's there, but
I think the changeling might have seen the SCVs go up. But look, there's actually some really redeeming things for INnoVation.
Yeah.
For instance, the evolution chambers are only going to be finishing as 1-1 is like a little over 50% done. So that means he's going to have big windows of being up 2 upgrades. That is a great thing for INnoVation.
yeah, we're heating up for a macro game, Artosis. The last game was so sick too. I'm really excited to see how this one's going to look. We got a lot more Banes coming out now. INnoVation, no surprises here, has his 2 medevacs now moving out across the map. One not entirely full. Usually we see him try to play around the edges of the creep, try to get some denies there.
That's exactly what he's going for here as well. Like, he does need to keep the creep back as far as he can, because that was a big part of the problem in the last game. And this game, he's in a worse position than he was in the previous one in a lot of ways.
Okay, good pickups. You know, when the queens are out like this, you always want them targeting those medevacs so that you can't just load and unload, you know, at whenever you want.
Looks like Lingbane Muta is going to be what Dark is playing with. What do you think about that? The fact that he's going for mutas as opposed to Hydras this game.
Well, I mean, it's definitely a different approach. I mean, I guess we got to, for one, see, are these medevacs going to be loaded up and the mutas can blindside them and kill them?
Yeah, that's a big moment if you can do that.
If you're going to, because, you know, in the previous game where it was Hydra Bane versus stimmed infantry with medevacs, you're trying to have favorable trades. Sometimes against mutas, you can just lose all your stuff because you weren't paying attention. You're going for more position and surprise attacks, really. And occasionally, when you get an overwhelming advantage, you can smother them with Ling Bane Muta.
Yeah. It's hard, though. Hydra, you can kind of have heads-up fights against Terran several times.
Yep. Hydras do a lot of damage.
You have to be quite decisive with Ling Bane Muta. Well, this push coming in is a little bit scary. He does have Baneling speed, so I don't think he's going to die here by any means. Hellbat's absorbing a bit of this, but more Banes on the way. Yeah, I think INnoVation just has to get out. So
okay.
funny.
He's like, I tried. The idea was there.
Yeah.
You saw what I tried to do was smart. Now he's going to send these back here.
All right, 10 mutas on the way.
I love INnoVation chasing this all the way away. I was wondering if we were going to see Burrow get upgraded here. Banelings would be very ideal to have. Terran's going to be more likely to scan in certain spots just because mutas are out. You're trying to figure out, okay, what's actually over here? Can I attack in here? Is my drop going to be safe? And that's a good moment where Banelings with Burrow can be utilized. There's only so many scans that Terran can throw out.
Oh man, you know, this is really interesting. See, Dark has to crush this. INnoVation's about to hit 2-2, and Dark just started his. Dark does have those mutas out, but really the Ling Bane muta is packing the punch.
All right, not bad. Now here come those mutas, killing off so many of these SCVs here.
Don't worry, the Marauders are coming to save them.
I love when everything's on one control group. Infantry weapons level 2 and armored level 2 is just now finishing up, but these mutas taking some great swipes in here, really keeping the Terran back. You can see the push on the minimap is completely stopped, and Dark is continuing to grow. It's 3 base versus 5 base now. I'm really liking the way that Dark has played this game so far.
You know, I was questioning it as INnoVation was pushing onto the creep there and having a pretty good time of it, but the muta counterattack, INnoVation's pulled back completely. So Dark has done what he needed to do. Yeah, it is looking good for Dark now. I think that INnoVation maybe had some sort of chances there, but the mutas blindsided him so hard. All right, a Nidus on the way. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, with muta harass, you can pop a Nidus up basically anywhere you want, right? So
that's true.
It's no longer like this, because, you know, there's something about when you see an Overseer flying through, you're going, oh my god, he's going to Nidus me.
Yeah.
Mutas don't make you think, oh, there could be a Nidus here as well.
Also, the Ling Bane muta against Marines chasing your mutas is pretty decent.
Yeah. And so there's nothing about the muta play that would telegraph Nidus is coming here. There's so many Banelings being made, about 27 more about to hatch. As this push comes in.
Oh my god, though. INnoVation has so many units there. If he can micro correctly, there's some real potential. That is a lot of Banelings, though.
Oh. This push might just be so good he just does it. The Terran's economy is beginning to fall apart here.
Yeah, he's losing just about every SCV.
The spread is so good, though.
There's going to be about 50 Banelings on the roll.
All of the SCVs are being killed off here inside the main. 54 dead SCVs. But expansions are going down right now here for Dark.
Oh my god. Can INnoVation actually end this with this army? His army is theoretically better with perfect micro.
We're going to have to see that perfect micro right now. Here come some of those Banelings. The Marauders here in the front to tank.
Well, those Banelings did not do as well as you might want from Dark, but he's still got a good 30 with more on the way.
Queens are coming here. Dark has to stop this attack right here, right now.
Okay, some of the Banelings connecting. Oh my gosh, a lot of Banelings still left over here. Looks like his mines have not reloaded. Oh, it looks like Dark might have just too much here for INnoVation.
Oh my god, INnoVation has to pick up and leave. 46 supply to 134.
7 workers against 81. That's a difference.
Oh my god.
That's a difference.
Well, I think even though Dark took a real beating, I mean, I think he's going to survive this. He's just going to have enough.
It seems impossible to finish off everything with this group of Marines. But maybe if he can just continually stay out here and carve up little pieces of army and drones.
Thing is, Dark just needs like one mining location. He's going to try to pick up. Got an unload right over here in the last economic bastion of hope here for Dark, but Dark's Lings and Banes are coming forward, and GG! Dark will move on to the round of 8, leaving only 1 spot left, and no guarantee that we're going to have 3 races in the round of 8.
Yeah. Well, INnoVation will get a second chance, but Dark playing very nicely in this series, taking out INnoVation 2-1. I think that game 2 was masterful, and you know what, the game 3 really was as well.
I really enjoyed it. I thought Dark had a really intelligent tech. The Muta play was very good. It did catch INnoVation off guard. INnoVation was basically invested in having power in fights in the middle of the map, had no anti-air. The Nidus play was very sexy as well, just getting that, it's a very good setup. You don't think the Nidus is coming. But in Dark's games, you basically should always expect that there's a Nidus, guys.
Hello guys, we're going to have an interview with Dark, the first winner of round of 16 Group D. It was a phenomenal game today. Congratulations. Thank you.
와, 경기 정말 잘 봤습니다.
Well, the game was really amazing and it was mesmerizing to see.
안 그래도 오늘 좀 7토스가 되나.
Today I was feeling like there might be 7 Protoss in the round of 8, but I'm feeling good as I won. And I'm just really happy right now.
신영 선수와의 승자전 두 분의
Wow, the winner's match against INnoVation, that was just so amazing.
신영 선수와의 승자전 어떠세요? 지금 손목 괜찮으세요?
How are you feeling right now? How's the wrist? My wrist isn't hurting that much right now.
같은데, 저희는 정말 감탄만 하면서 봤습니다.
You know, we were just so shocked.
어떤 경기가 지금 가장 딱 떠오르세요?
Which match, which set is the most important for you?
신영 형이 군단의 심장 버전 테란으로 하더라고요.
네.
INnoVation 약간 짜내기
was playing that quintessential Terran build, and he was like squeezing me,
당하다 보니까 당황했는데
and then I was kind of flattered.
적응해가지고.
네.
And then I kind of got used to his style, and then I think that's how I won.
1세트 정말 부어장을 8개까지 쭉쭉 뻗어내는데
You kept making spawning pools and lots of jugglings and banelings.
자, 뉴 리퍼그넌시도 얘기를 안 할 수가 없어요.
We cannot leave out new repugnancy.
어느 정도였냐면 타링링으로 넘어가고 따블까지 조합하는데 무리군주로 변태할 새도 없었어요.
Your zerglings and banelings, like there were so many of them.
피지컬이
네.
죽은 줄 알았거든요.
I saw INnoVation's like mechanics were kind of dead,
확실히 좀 클래스가 있는.
but I think his class is still there.
살짝 당황시켰지만.
I was kind of taken aback from that.
박영 선수의 놀라운 판짝이 사실 1, 2세트 다 잘 먹는 게 기본이어서
In the first and the second set,
안전하게
you played really nicely.
운영하실 줄 알았어요. 내가 다 맞겠어. 이런 모습
And your defense was really good as well.
바람링 확실히 의외의 한시였거든요.
And the speed of zergling, that was kind of odd.
가면서 고민을 진짜 많이 했어요.
Yes, I was kind of hesitating.
머리로는 그냥 운영하고 싶은데.
In my head, I just wanted to go with the rotation, but my body was telling me, let's go with the offensive build.
최종전도 있는 거 편하게 한번 써보자 했는데 정말 생각한 대로 잘 통했어요.
And it went as planned, and it went really good.
승자전 정말 멋진 경기가 나온 것 같습니다.
The winners match was really good, great to see.
선수의 돌풍을 잠재운 주인공이기도 하죠. 최근 GSL 경기부터 이 대프로토스전 12못이 나오고 있는데 이 12못으로 시작해서 땅굴로 끝냈거든요. 근데 이런 12못 어떤 빌드인지.
정말
Can you talk about the 12 pool, please?
하면 모든 빌드를 카운터 칠 수 있죠.
This 12 pool, if executed properly, it can actually counter any build in StarCraft 2.
생더블을 하더라고요.
그것도 놀랐어요.
그때부터 좀 시작이었던 것 같아요. 오늘 되는 날이다.
So I felt like today I was in a good form.
박영 선수가 사기 종족이라고 칭하는 프로토스도
So
아주
Dark,
기분 좋게 이기신
you actually
모습이었는데요.
beat the OP Protoss
정말
today.
좋은 것 같습니다. 이 대프로토스 시대
in the age of the Protoss,
내가 이 정도면은
you actually made it to the round of 8 as a non-Protoss player. How do you feel?
솔직히 말해서 다전제로 갈수록
To be honest,
힘들고요.
like best of 3, best of 5, it gets harder for me.
8강 상대가 화끈한 선수죠. 김준호 선수거든요.
In the round of 8, you will be playing against Hero.
약간 고민했던 상대이기도 했어요. 김준호 선수는 어떻게 생각을 하시나요?
What do you think about Hero?
준호 형이랑 연습을 했거든요.
I scrimed with Hero a lot.
준호 형한테 얘기했어요.
And I told Hero that I'm going to beat him.
기어코 2등은 올라가자.
And he became the second seed of Group C.
저로서는 좀 괜찮은 상대여서 조성호.
So for me, I feel like he's a pretty good opponent for me.
4강 가면은 이제 기웅이나
4강 멤버도
좀 쉽더라고요.
And if I do go to the round of 4,
김도우 선수와 어윤수 선수.
I think the opponent is not that hard.
남기훈 선수.
네네네.
It's Hurricane
그걸로 알고
probably.
있는데.
아 맞습니다.
맞아요.
네.
그래서 또 잘하면은 결승 가겠다.
So I think I might actually make it to the finals this time.
네. 아 이렇게 프로토스 시대에 대적할 힘을 보여줄지 정말 많은 팬분들이
We'll see if you can
기대를
actually
걸고
make it out
강경우 선수
amongst
마지막으로 한마디
the lots of Protoss players.
들어보겠습니다.
Any last words?
저도 이 프로토스 시대에서 정말 잘하고
In times of Protoss, I try my best to show you guys the best
이거는 빨리
performance.
패치를 해야 돼.
And Blizzard, please patch Protoss as ASAP.
분광기예요? 아직도 분광기에 고통당하고 계시나 봐요.
아직도가 아니고 이거는 평생 당할 것 같아요.
I think I'll just be harassed by Protoss for all my life.
너프를 마지막으로 외치고 오늘 멋진 경기 보여주셨는데요. 다시 한번 진출
And that is the
축하드리겠습니다.
end of the interview.
All right.
And that might be the end of Terran in the GSL.
Maybe. I gotta say, it was really interesting to hear his take on 12 pool. That he thinks that if done properly, it can counter anything in StarCraft 2. That's really fascinating. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
So. Because we don't see it win that often. Like it doesn't normally.
Yeah,
do
no.
a lot.
Usually, it's either a very quick win or a really bad loss.
Yeah. But
by the way, if you were down here in our studio, hang on to your tickets. We have a giveaway at the end of the show. Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Cool. Next up, patience
Um,
for stats.
And we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll go to that match. Don't go away.